At the premiere of Couture in Rome, Italy, on October 18, 2025, Angelina Jolie made an entrance that commanded every gaze on the red carpet. The 50-year-old star chose a daring black backless gown that revealed an intricate network of tattoos, symbolic, spiritual, and deeply personal, etched across her back over many years. More than a striking fashion choice, it was a declaration of identity, a way for Jolie to narrate her own journey through the language of her body, where fashion, art, and memory intertwine. Media outlets noted that Jolie's gown, believed to be from Alberta, Ferretti's Fall-Winter 2025 collection, elegantly framed her back, and the large tattoos rarely seen so clearly at public events. Under the flashing lights, cameras focused on the bold tiger design at the base of her spine, one of her most famous tattoos. Done in the traditional Thai-Sakyant style, it symbolizes power, protection, and courage. Surrounding it were lines of sacred script and symbols running from shoulder to waist, seen as blessings and spiritual talismans she has carried for years. With her hair softly loose, minimal makeup, and a calm expression, Jolie seemed intent on shifting the audience's focus away from the gown itself to the story her body was telling. For Jolie, tattoos have never been mere decoration. Each symbol and inscription marks a chapter in the diary of her life. The tiger, known as Suea Liao Lung, or tiger looking back, represents protection, believed to guard its wearer from harm. Above it lies the Ha Tao, 5 lines of Khmer script said to bestow good fortune, love, health, career success, and loyalty. Other designs, such as Yant Krao Pech, diamond armor, and Yant Futsin, 5 gods of protection, stand for resilience and spiritual strength. All were inked by famed Thai master Ajar Nu Kanpai, regarded as a leading figure in Sakyant art. Jolie reportedly traveled to Bangkok and Cambodia to meet him, not for aesthetic reasons, but out of genuine belief in the spiritual meanings behind the sacred geometry. That is why, when she appeared in Rome in a backless gown, the public saw more than an actress. They witnessed the story of a woman who has endured and evolved. Her tattoos became emblems of loss, choice, and perseverance. It was as if Jolie were telling the world that she has not merely survived her past, but inscribed it on her skin, a form of remembrance, reconciliation, and liberation. Amid a sea of ornate red carpet looks, Jolie's simplicity made her stand out all the more. She was not baring her body. She was revealing her story. Couture, in which Jolie stars as Maxine, follows a middle-aged American film director working on a fashion project in Paris who discovers she has breast cancer. The role carries autobiographical undertones, recalling Jolie's own preventive double mastectomy years earlier due to a hereditary risk. The interplay between her on-screen character and her real-life experience deepened the emotional resonance of that moment in Rome. Her bare back wasn't merely aesthetic, it was metaphorical, symbolizing exposure, rebirth, and the strength found in confronting one's own pain. Observers also noted that Jolie's choice of a backless gown reflected her philosophy of merging fashion with personal identity. In a world where women are often scrutinized for every detail, she chose to step onto the red carpet with natural poise, unfiltered and unapologetic. She reminded everyone that allure comes not from perfection but from authenticity. Through her tattoos, each line of ink, each sacred mark, she turned her body into a living canvas, where every stroke tells a story of experience and courage. The moment also stirred memories of the turbulence surrounding her personal life. Her marriage to Brad Pitt, once hailed as Hollywood's golden union, ended in a protracted divorce spanning nearly a decade. Determining right or wrong in that saga seems impossible. Each carried their own truth and pain. Since their separation, Jolie has devoted herself primarily to her children and humanitarian causes, while Pitt has focused on film production. Yet public fascination with their relationship has never waned. Thus, seeing Jolie reemerge in Rome, poised, composed and self-assured, felt symbolic. The image of a woman who has walked through fire and now stands fully in her power. Curiously, the tattoos on her back also connect to that past. In 2016, while still with Pitt, the two reportedly received complimentary tattoos from the same artist, made with ink blended from the same batch in a spiritual ritual meant to bind their souls. After the breakup, Jolie never erased or covered them. Instead, by choosing to keep and display them publicly, she seemed to embrace maturity, not denying her past, but acknowledging it as inseparable from the woman she has become. Those once romantic marks have transformed into symbols of autonomy and self-possession. In an industry that often imposes harsh standards of youth and beauty, Jolie's appearance in Rome transcended fashion. At 50, she moved with elegance and confidence, relying on no artifice. Her open-back dress was more than a show of curves. It was a manifesto of freedom. Freedom over her body, freedom of expression, and freedom to be entirely herself. It evoked the spirit of women in fashion history who used style as resistance, from Audrey Hepburn to Madonna, and now Jolie, who turns tattoo art into a language of liberation. The event also highlighted Jolie's deep understanding of image as storytelling. A woman long celebrated as a beauty icon, yet equally respected as a humanitarian, she has mastered the balance between glamour and gravity. Each appearance sparks conversation, yet she never repeats herself. In Rome, she needed no diamonds, no lavish accessories. Her only adornments were the tattoos that have accompanied her through every chapter: motherhood, love, heartbreak, and renewal. The minimalism of her look amplified her message. I have nothing to hide. What you see is who I am. As Hollywood continues to redefine its notions of age and beauty, Jolie stands as a new archetype of femininity, not youthful, flawless, or ornamental, but self-aware and fearless in her authenticity. Every step she took on the red carpet reaffirmed that beauty lies not in conformity, but in the courage to break free from it. Tattoos, once deemed rebellious, under the Roman nightlights became a language of freedom, individuality, and experience. The couture premiere also symbolized the seamless intersection of film and fashion, two realms that have long defined Jolie's artistry. On screen, she portrays a woman confronting the limits of her body. Off-screen, she presents her own body as a vessel of memory and power. Critics remarked that rarely has the boundary between celebrity style and personal truth dissolved so naturally, so honestly. When leaving the event, Jolie offered no words to the press, only a faint smile. Perhaps she knew none were needed. Her gown, her tattoos, and her serene gaze had already spoken volumes. They told the story of a woman who has loved, lost, feared, and risen again, still present, still luminous, still entirely herself. In a world where fame flickers and fades, what endures are the marks we leave behind. And for Angelina Jolie, those marks live not in memory, but on her skin. That moment in Rome was more than a film premiere. It was a new chapter in Jolie's evolving legend. From the rebellious girl of the early 2000s to a mother of 6, from Hollywood star to filmmaker, from beauty icon to humanitarian, every phase converged in a single image: a bare back, a trail of ink, a woman fully alive. And as the red carpet lights dimmed, what lingered was not the dress, but the vision of a woman brave enough to tell her story through her own body, honest, free, and profoundly powerful.